Daddy born poor, Mama was too. Walking through the snow, plastic bags on their shoes. Papa selling houses, sleeping in a car. 4 babies in the backseat, underneath the stars. Well, hey, hey, just work a little harder. Hey, hey, punching that clock with work and prayer and a little bit of luck. Make so much money, need a 10-ton truck. Ha, 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 ha.
Hey, good afternoon. Paul McMann here with Forex Smart Trade. It is Monday, March 18th, 2024, day after St. Patrick's Day. And it's about 3:30, and we are here where I can show you one of our different trade analysis strategies. We've got some proprietary trading indicators that at first look a little complicated, but you'll see that they're really actually very simple to use. And the best part is that they're very, very accurate. So with that, I'm going to show you actually 2 different strategies on this session. But before we get going, we need to take a look or listen to this guy. So let's do that, and we will get going.
Due to federal and state regulations, we are providing the following disclosure. Please stay tuned, as this will take less than a minute. Foreign exchange, futures, and cryptocurrency trading are highly risky, and you can lose all the money you invest should you decide to engage in live trading. We are not responsible for your investment, trading, or tax decisions. We are not licensed financial advisors, traders, accountants, stockbrokers, or attorneys. We are not licensed commodities brokers and do not engage in or facilitate commodities transactions. We are not an introducing broker, and we make no recommendation as to where you should invest or what broker you should trade with. As you apply what you learn, we recommend you seek advice from licensed professionals. Any trade results that we show should not be considered typical of our students. We do not and cannot track the results or performance of our students' private trading accounts. We do not know what a typical or average student earns or loses trading. This is not a get-rich-quick program, guaranteed system, or business opportunity. We sell training and trading tools. We make no promises our training or tools will generate future income for students, and you may not make your investment back, including your investment in this training. Any redistribution or recording of this material is strictly prohibited without advance written permission.
One of the great things about the program is we teach in with multiple methods. 1, we have recordings. 2, we have group sessions. 3, we have personalized one-on-one. And 4, we do these webinars where we're live trade webinars where you get a chance to come in, see different traders using different strategies, and they walk you through their analysis, and you'll learn by walking through. Now, in my specific sessions here, I don't really take questions. I just walk through what I'm doing. But we do have sessions where they do take sessions. I do 3 live trades a week. We've got this one tonight or this afternoon, tomorrow, and Thursday morning at 6:30 a.m. And then every day around 4:15, Monday through Thursday, so long as it's not a holiday, I send a trade setup for a trade that I'm taking during the overnight. I have a little video attached to that so you can see how I figured it out, and I encourage you to copy it to see how accurate I am. If I can do it, you can do it. Once you become a regular member, we've got live trades every morning at 10 a.m., most evenings at 10 p.m. We've got some trades at 6 in the afternoon. And again, one of the things that we think differentiates us is once you do the training, we're working with you, even though the training's only 17 weeks, we're working with you through an entire year. We're so confident in how well our program works that once we've trained you, we let you trade with our money. And since you're trading with our money, we're keeping an eye on what you're doing, basically acting as a safety net. And if you start to draw down the account, we'll step in and try to figure out what you're doing wrong, get you back on the right track. So training is our secret sauce. And to get good at anything, I don't care who you are or how good you are, you will get better with a coach. And that's exactly what we do. I like to work off of a little checklist. Checklists have been proven to improve your performance. Some of you know I'm a former university professor, so I do look at research and read things. And a checklist keeps you from forgetting things, especially if you're going in for surgery should ask your doctor if he uses a checklist, because in surgeries, it's shown as it prevents lots of errors. Every day, good habit to just restart your green chart, clears out the memory, picks up any updates they might have done. At the end of every day, with trading and just with your day in general, good to do a little mental review. What went well, what didn't go well, and specifically on the things that didn't go well, why? And if we can figure out those whys and decrease that discrepancy, we will do better. So always taking a look at why your trades didn't go the way you wanted, and trying to figure out why. And if you can't figure out why, we'll help you figure out why. But that's one of the great things about our indicators is it's got the simulator on it, so you can go back to the specific minute that you took the trade and look at what the chart was telling you and say, hey, you know what? Gee, this line, the thin orange line wasn't what it should have been. I shouldn't have taken the trade. And the more those pieces of information you can put in your trading toolbox, the better you'll be. We are technical traders. We are trading based on the price action. That's what our indicators do. The other way to trade is based on fundamentals, on what the news is telling you. We generally don't trade that way. It's hard to predict what the news is going to be, one, and two, what impact it's going to have. But when news is absent, we're trading in a bubble. Our indicators are pretty good at figuring out what's going to go on. But we do want to know what the news events are so that we can trade around them. And the best place to get that is forexfactory.com. Forexfactory.com breaks news down into 3 items. Yellow, which is low impact, generally ignore those. Orange, which is medium impact, I tend to ignore those, but some people will pay attention to them. And red, which is high impact, those we want to trade around. Japan, they never put a time with their announcements, so it makes you kind of sit out the whole day because you don't know when they're going to announce their interest rates. So we may try to avoid the yen today. Tonight at 11:30, the Royal Bank of Australia is going to have an announcement on interest rates. We're at 3:30 now, so we've got 8 hours until this news event. And generally, I don't like to trade 2 hours before the news event, so that's 6 hours. Off of the day chart, any trade that we take will generally close within 1 to 3 hours, but we do have the end of the day at 5, so we're going to lose an hour there. So if we're taking a trade off of the 1 hour chart, we should be able to get in before this. If we see a setup for an Australian trade, we should be able to get it in before the impact of this news. So with that, we've got a dozen different trade signals. When we train you, we take a look at what time you have available to trade, what your risk tolerances are, and then we kind of build a trade plan specifically around that. For me, I like this 10-point trade signal. Now, there's a couple different signals I use, and we're going to see the second one toward the end of this trade. But during the day, this is the one that I use. And I like to take it off of a 1 hour chart. I like to be 30 minutes into the chart. On a 1 hour chart, a trade's going to be worth anywhere from 5 to 35 pips. And my sweet spot's 11 pips. If I can carve 11 pips out 3 times a day, I am doing very, very well. And you'll see, and today I basically did that. I had about 33 pips. In 4 trades. I'm looking to get in and out within 1 to 3 hours. And the strategy here is basically to get lines from all 3 sections of the chart to be going in one direction. And when they are, there's a high likelihood that the move is going to move in that direction. So with that, let's jump in. the chart I'm going to trade off of is the chart called the Light 6 Majors, one of the standard charts. It is a composite chart. And what I mean by that is showing me 6 different currency pairs. These are all US based on the first chart. And as I said, it's a 1-hour chart. So we'll start with the Australian dollar, US dollar. This first chart is all US based. The middle section of the chart, where we'll start, this red and green line is the major indicator. Black and gray line is the minor indicator. Horizontal red line is the oversold line. Horizontal blue line is the overbought line. I am looking for situations where we are oversold and the lines are all going up, or overbought and the lines are all going down. You can see here what I'm looking for. They all turned down. It ran through the channel and we've got 3 down candles. So here, the 3 elements that I'm looking for: 1, that we're oversold, which we are; 2, all the lines are going up, which they are; and 3, I've got what I call the double cross, where the green line's on top of the red if we're going up and the gray is on top of the green. So 3 points here. A couple other things I like about this is there's terrific steepness on the green line. I want it to be at least 45 degrees. This is, maybe 80, 85 degrees. I like that the line has entered the channel. That's a plus. I like that the line is going from less steep to more steep. That's a plus. I will consider a trade as long as the green line hasn't passed the halfway mark, and it is on the other south side of the halfway mark. I do not mind that the miners have kind of run through the channel and are almost overbought. So 3 points here. When I have 3 points here, I'm going to jump up to my TNTs and count how many lines are supporting the buy signal I have here. So thin orange is telling me buy, thick orange is telling me buy. The blue lines are inversely related, so when blue comes down, that means buy. So thick blue is telling me buy and dotted blue is telling me buy. So I got all 4. I need a minimum of 3 of the 4, but I've got all 4 here. So that's part 2 of the test. Part 3 of the test is the pressure. I want these lines either going up, or I want, which I don't have, I've got weak down pressure. What makes it weak is the slope of the lines and how close the lines are. So here we've got a gap, and the gap is getting bigger. But I do get a point because the green line's on top. So 1 point, 3 points, 4 points, that's 8 points. When I get 8 points, I want to confirm the trade. Because I want to avoid taking a trade that's going to lose. And that kind of seems obvious, but it's much harder to make money if you've got to recover from a loss trade to get back to break even. I'd rather take less trades and have them all be winners than to take more trades and have to kind of work out of a hole. So my analysis or confirmation is I'm going to look at a chart that has more time periods, and I'm going to look at the 2-hour and the 4-hour. So we had the AUD USD. Now, actually, one more thing I wanted to remind you of. As we're trading on a 1-hour chart, I want it to be morning time or daytime in one of these markets. We're at the end of the trading day in the US. But in Sydney, we're entering the beginning of the trading day tomorrow. So I can take a trade off of a 1-hour chart because it's daytime, and it's going to be daytime in Australia. So what I am looking for is on the 2-hour chart, I want us to be oversold, and I want us to be oversold on the 4-hour chart. So on the 2-hour chart, we're oversold, and the indicators are going up. They don't need to be going up. I just want it oversold. And the reason I want it oversold is if this signal weakens, I will still pick up the trade off of this, because if it's oversold, it's eventually going to turn and go up. It's just going to take me longer to get back, for the trade to do what I wanted to do. And here on the 4-hour, we're touching the green line, touched oversold. The red line didn't quite get there, and it has started to turn. So I'm oversold on both of these. That is what I want. The next thing I need to do is figure out what the trade is worth. Some of the trades we have are they've got predetermined take profits. So if you see A and B, that's worth 3 pips or 5 pips. This trade, we need to figure out what it's worth. And the way we figure out what it's worth is I'm going to open up a clean chart that has candles on it. And let's see, AUD, and draw some support and resistance, USD. And what I want to do is I want to tighten this up so I've got more data points. Support and resistance are spots where the candles seem to naturally stop. And those natural stopping points become the limits of where I'm going to trade within. So here we have a big downtrend, a little bit of an uptrend, downtrend, uptrend. I don't know if this qualifies for a downtrend as of yet. It's definitely not an uptrend. So taking a buy, I'm going to be a little bit more careful because I don't want to get stuck. I don't want to get stuck with a buy when it's moving down. So you can see it's kind of stopped in here, over here, over here, over here, over here, over here, in here. So I'm going to put a couple of spots on the Euro USD. These tend to be about 30 pips apart. So it seems to have stopped in here. So we're at 6657 to 6673. So that's about 20 pips. Stopped in here, stopped in here, stopped in here, stopped in here, over here. So now I'm going to kind of pull this open again so I can see it a little bit better. If I need to adjust, I can adjust. And let's make this a little bit bigger so we can see it better. All right, so this is the channel I'm going to trade within. I want to know how many pips I have from where we're at to the line. So here, and if you look up in the top left, it says 15.159 up and 2 down. Now the question is, so we're trading a little bit against the trend. How many pips do we want to take? So I might go up to this candle here, to the base of this candle. That's 9.9 pips, 10 pips. Let's take a look. I don't want to go. I want to trade within these lines because you can see as it goes up, it's bouncing here. So if I were to take profit here, it's going to take me a while. Like when it was going up, it naturally stopped here. So I don't want to go on the other side of this for my take profit. I want to be on the south side of this. And I want to be a little further on the south side because we're kind of trading against the trend here. We had a big down day. And you can see it's been going up and bouncing. When it comes down, it bounces here. You might even argue I could maybe even move this down to here, if I wanted. It's coming down, it stops, coming down, stops, coming down, it peak through. So we're going to go ahead and I like this. We're going to go ahead and take let's just take a look at the signal one more time. So we get it on the first signal we looked at. Oversold, everybody's going up, double cross, a double cross, everybody's up here or telling me buy here, green's on top, going up, oversold. So we're even oversold on the 8. We're oversold across the board. So we're going to go ahead and take a 10 pip buy. So you can do that in your simulator, or if you're using MetaTrader, this is a demo account. I am going to first open up the chart. So that's AUD USD. So I'm going to go to File, New Chart, and AUD USD is in this first group. I'm going to click on it. It opens the chart. I'm going to make it, it's showing me a 4-hour chart. I want to look at a 1-hour chart to make sure I'm trading against the same. I am then going to go to New Order. It's going to pop open this window, and my lot size is a function of how much is in my trading account. So the easiest way to figure it out, just move this decimal place over 4 spots. 1, 2, 3, 4. So 1.13. So I'm going to take a lot size of 1.13. I could take anywhere from half of that to double it. I'm going to take the 1.13 because we're going to take another couple trades for the overnight trade. So I don't want to use up all my margin on. I need to try to leave. Ideally, I like to leave 1,000% in the margin. So I'm going to click Buy by Market. It records it. I'm going to right click, go to Modify, and I'm going to put 10 pips. 10 pips is 100 points. So I just add an extra 0 to convert pips to points. And I click this little blue button and it does the math for me. And as I'm getting old, I used to be able to do math in my head really good, but I'm a little slower now. So I like that it figures it out. And for now, we're going to use a 3-to-1. So if I'm going for 10 pips, I'm going to put a stop loss of 30 pips. So click the little red button. It does the calculation for me. Then I'm going to go to Modify. So here is my take profit. Here is, see my stop loss. My stop loss is way down here. I like to make sure I see everything. And I just want to go back real quick. I'll read you these numbers in a minute, but I want to just see where we looked at before, just to make sure it's the same spot. So I wanted to be within that candle. And I am. In fact, I could probably go up a little bit more if I wanted to. But I'm going to stay in here. I'd rather be safe. My strategy, and people have different strategies. Some people focus on trying to kind of maximize their entry to get in at the right time. My strategy is I don't care the entry. I just care about the direction. And if I can get the direction, I'm happy. And I don't need to maximize my pips. Like I said, usually, I usually don't like trades less than 10 pips. And we're at 10 pips. So I'll take this. I could increase it to 11, but I'm not going to do that. So the buy on the AUD USD, we've got a take profit of 0.65655. That's 0.65 655 and a stop loss of 0.65250. 0.65250. And I'm going to expect this trade to close by 7 p.m. By 7 p.m. we should get this move. Okay, gang. We are now going to change horses, and I'm going to use a different strategy for my overnight trade. Overnight trade. This is one of our simplest yet most accurate trades. Only issue with it is you can only take it once a day, and you need to take it between 4 and 5 p.m. So we still have 4 minutes till we get to 4 p.m. But we're going to go ahead and just see what the setup is, and then we'll take the trade after the clock changes. So we're taking the trade off of a day chart. Before we were taking it off of an hour chart. And what I am looking for is, again, I go to the middle section and I'm looking at what the green line on the major indicator is doing. We are oversold. Now, normally on a 1 hour chart, I'm not going to take a trade, an oversold trade, because I don't want to get stuck down here when this turns. But on a day chart, we can get away with it. So we're oversold, green line's going down, that's telling me sell. So I want to confirm that by taking a look at what's going on the 12-hour chart. Oversold, green line's going down, confirming the sell that I'm seeing here. And on the 8-hour chart, oversold and going down. And these are all going down steeply. This is less steep. This is more steep. This is even more steep. And in fact, all across the board, it's going down. So we're going to take in 3 minutes, we're going to take a sell on the Euro USD of 11 pips. But let's go ahead while we're waiting, and we'll take a look at what's going on with the pound yen. This works on both the pound yen and the Euro USD. So here's our day chart on the pound yen. Now our issue is, what's our issue? Remember, we got this stupid, we have this stupid bank rate policy. So here we've got overbought and a buy. We're saved by the bell here, gang. We don't have to make a decision. Why don't we have to make a decision? All right, we got a buy here. What do we got on the 12-hour? Sell. Overbought and sold. 8-hour. Overbought and sell. After the news, when that news posts, if this turns and goes down and these two stay down, you could probably take a 22 pip sell. 22 pip sell, but I'm not going to enter it or take it as a pending because I want to see this turn first. So we don't have to make a decision on this tonight, whether we wanted to trade through the news, even though, like, I hate these news things. It's like sometimes when they get these news things, they don't have a time. It's like there's no, it's like there's no news because does that mean you don't trade all day or you wait for this to happen? So we don't have to worry about that because we don't have a trade. The setup isn't here. In fact, when I looked at this before we came on, this was almost flat, if not down. It was very weak down, I think. So it's kind of turned up a little bit. So we have no trade here. Let's go back to our overnight trade. Down, down, down. So we're going to take a sell We got 30 seconds left, but I'm going to go ahead and tee it up. So on the Euro USD, I'm going to click New Order. I'm going to keep my lot size the same. And you'll see when I take this margin level is going to go down to just under 1,000. And you really don't want it to go much less than 1,000. And that allows you the ability to work out of a bad trade if you have one. So we're going to take a sell. And all right, we're in the last hour. So market sell. Right click on it. Go to modify. We're going to take 11 pips. 11 pips is 110 points. And here, for whatever reason, the straight 3-to-1 doesn't quite work as well as a little over 3-to-1. So I take 35 pip stop loss. That if you go to a 30 pip stop loss or 33 pip stop loss, you get stopped out one too many times. That makes it unprofitable. So it works at this number. So I put 350 points, which is 35 pips. I click on the red button. It does the math. I click modify. It puts the numbers in. So we're taking a sell on the Euro USD with a take profit of 1.08584. 1.08584. Stop loss of 1.09045. 1.09045. And this trade will close somewhere between 9 in the evening and 3 in the morning. If it hasn't closed by 5 a.m. in the morning, then you need to kind of take a look at what the chart's telling you and take corrective actions. All right, gang. Thank you so much for joining me. I am honored that people come and tune in to watch me trade. Trading has been great for me. I believe it can be great for you. Otherwise, I wouldn't recommend it. If you want to learn anything, not just trading, the best way to do it is find somebody who's good at it and get them to teach you. We're good at it, and we're willing to teach you. And not only are we willing to teach you, we put a guarantee on that once we've taught you, we'll let you trade with our money and split what you make. Okay, so we will join me again tomorrow morning, 6:30 a.m., and then we'll see how these trades did. Thanks so much. See you then. Bye-bye.